Hello. After a small pause, we are back to movie club, and today we have a movie, Lilies of the Field. And teacher Lee mentioned that it's a quote from the Bible. And teacher Lee, if you did not mention, I would never understood. So why? Because the quote itself, it's not really clear, right? So let me read this quote. And why do you worry about clothes? See how the flowers on the field grow. They do not labor or spin. Lelo, do you understand what it's about? I can copy it to the chat.
You mean the lilies of the field? You read about it now?
Yeah, so this is the verse from the Bible. That the one
You
that
wrote it also, why do you worry about the clothes part, right?
yeah.
Yeah. What I thought that, I read it, and I just thought that nothing is important, just harmony, maybe respect. I don't know. These things are more important than your clothes, you know.
What it means is that God takes care of you. So you don't need to worry. And Jesus or whoever's saying this, that a disciple says, look at the field. They grow, they look pretty, they do nothing. They don't they just grow and look pretty. And yet God takes care of them. Relatively useless. He puts them there to be pretty for you and enjoy a pretty life around you. So I think these nuns, they're put there that the nuns don't really do anything in society, just look pretty, if you will, and they preach about God, but they don't. They depend on God to take care of them. They have no worries.
Teacher, do you remember there were in the movie there was a situation with bricks. So he was saying that there is no more bricks and I need more. And the nun was constantly repeating, don't worry about it. Something will happen.
That's right. We're lilies of the field. God's going to take care of us. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Just to be here and look pretty and things will happen. Yeah.
Pray God and you will have everything you need. Nesma, Nesma, do you understand this is the same way as we are?
Yes, and I'd like to say that we have a similar thing in Islam, but there is an edit, which is we need to work. As long as you work, you do what you can. You don't exaggerate working. You don't have to worry about the results. This is the concept of Islam. But you don't have to be lazy and just wait for for food and stuff to come to your house. No?
Yeah, we have another saying in the Bible too. God helps those who help themselves. That's what you're talking about. You've got to do some of the work.
Yes.
And mine is, teacher Lee, this is from nowhere but from my heart. Only be a good person. Nothing is more important than this.
Teacher, today you have some kind of interrupting internet or just me?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing.
Yeah.
My audio.
It's not audio, it's internet in general. So picture, video,
freezing,
and audio.
short freeze.
Yeah, you're experiencing short freezes from time to time.
Okay. I'm not seeing any effect here.
Yeah. Okay, but teacher, you immediately understood what is about, but I have to ask ChatGPT about it. And it says in this part of Jesus' teaching, his followers not to worry about their material needs, but trust in God's provision. Using the example how God takes care of lilies in the field.
It was the same thing, right? Teacher Lee said.
Yeah. So and now I understood this movie more. So exactly this thing we can see in the movie, right? So you don't have to worry. You just pray, and God send you a black man first, then bricks, then everything else.
Can you imagine a group of German fleeing from Germany, coming to America, and they don't even English. And they go out into the middle of nowhere to a little town, establish an existence. You know, it takes courage
Yeah, definitely.
or faith. Yeah.
Nesma, please.
You just corrected me because I had a concept while watching the movie. I thought they mean the nuns are shiny as lilies of the field.
Mhm.
But now you mean that they are talking about trust and just leaving everything for God, right? This
Yeah,
is the actual meaning for lilies of the field.
I think so. So if you trust your God, right? So he will provide you everything. Just don't worry about, just wait.
But
The name of this
doing
trust is
nothing,
faith. Faith.
yeah,
Uh,
and doing nothing is okay. I don't think so. Just wait and pray. I don't think so.
But it works
Well,
for German nuns.
yeah. Nuns now, these nuns don't just sit there and look pretty. They do some work.
Yeah.
They do all the work except they can't go up on the roof and do roof work,
Mhm.
do brick work, but they do the other work. So they do help themselves as can. But for the stuff they can't do, they don't worry about it. They depend on God, someone to help them
Mhm.
to take care of their needs. Yeah, but they.
Yeah. Okay, let's follow to the questions, and I see the description that it's a group of East German nuns.
Yeah.
What? You are our expert in German, so have you heard that they are from East Germany by the accent?
No,
No.
they spoke the same
They
language.
But they spoke some German in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was so happy that I can understand it now. not like I wanted, but I understand still. Yeah.
Ivan,
Yeah.
the Iron Curtain days between 1945 and when was it demolished?
Yeah, it was demolished in 86, 88, something like this. I don't remember exact date, but it was not far ago, right?
Yeah.
After it was after World War II, obviously. That was when
Yeah.
took over all of Eastern Europe,
Mhm.
and they took over East Berlin, half of East Berlin.
Yeah,
So
very.
that existed for 30 years.
Yeah, at least. So it was built in 45 and demolished in
No,
86,
19 something. Teacher Lee, was it difficult to escape from East Germany, Berlin at that time?
Again,
Yeah, Leila, it was like a jail. It was extremely hard to close this.
the wall was not built. The wall was to keep people in, not to keep people out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone wanted to leave communism, but they built the wall to hold the prison. Well,
Okay.
Leila, just an example. There is a river called, what is the name of the river in Berlin? Called Spree, and there are many small monuments for the people who was shot trying to cross the wall. And
Okay.
there are a lot of them. It's like a graveyard,
Wow.
Yeah, so it was hard, and people did how we call this yards digging. I don't know, tunnels inside the yards under the wall, and they tried to build some buildings and hide their breaches in the wall. So they were very what's the word for this? Creative.
Yeah, I can understand. Thank you.
Yeah, but Leo, do you understand the reason why nuns escaped from East Germany?
No, because I don't know just reason for their escaping. Maybe in the east part of Germany, these nuns are not acceptable.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly. You're right. So in Soviet Union, do you remember the ideology
Yes.
of the communism? Yeah, teacher Lee.
Yeah.
So in Soviet Union it was communism, and communism was against religion in general. So they kind of they were not allowed to, it's interesting. You allow it to pray, but you're not allowed kind of to spread your ideas. You're not allowed
Ah,
to get more people into your group.
mhm.
What's
So
the word?
they couldn't preach, right?
Yeah, they can pray still, but they cannot kind of recruit people into their religion. And it
Okay.
was a problem. It was a crime, if you told someone, we are Christians, do you want to be a Christians with us? Now you're a criminal.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, interesting.
So the Jehovah Witnesses were forbidden. Proselytism not allowed.
Yeah, it's probably interesting fact, but before the Second War, communism was against religion like in general. So they did not allow even pray, even to attend churches. But during World War II, it changed. They saw that it's kind of make people softer, right? Give some relief on something. So it was allowed to pray and visit churches if you want.
Mhm.
Okay, let's answer some questions. I'm not sure that questions are good, so it's just AI generated. Let's check if I did a good work. Vasant, could you please start with the first one? Vasant, are you with us? Yeah, I didn't hear from Vasant for a while. Maybe some problem with internet. Gerard, could you please take first one?
Yes. First question, initial meeting. How does the film introduce Homer Smith and the group of nuns? Discuss the first interaction between Homer and the nuns, particularly focusing on their communication challenges and initial misunderstandings. So Homer Smith has a car, a station wagon, and he has a problem with the radiator. He needs some water from the nuns. And the mother of the nuns, Mary, I think the mother Mary, said that he arrived like from God. He was a gift from God because she needed a strong man. And
Yeah.
her English wasn't very good because he was German, and I started to interact with Homer, and he said he accepted to work for her for one day. At first, he didn't want to be there, but then he thought it back and came back and thought that would help them for at least one day.
Yeah. I like it the moment when she ignored his bill, right? His invoice. So he tried to give this bill again and again. So there is my bill, let me go. And she said, like, what she said? Just ignore him, right? Go to the dinner. And let's talk tomorrow. So it was pretty funny. Yeah. What is a drifter, teacher?
Teacher, you are muted. You are muted, Teacher Lee.
No.
You are still muted.
No sound.
No, I don't know what happens. And sometimes frozen.
Yeah. So
Yeah, my internet's okay. Can you hear me now?
yes.
Yeah.
For a
Okay,
moment.
okay. So he's what we call a drifter is like a tumbleweed. He blows from town to town and he's got to stop and take a job to earn a little bit of cash. So he'll own cash. So he starts to drive away and he says, I don't have much cash. I'll go ahead and work for the nuns for a few days, and then I'll continue on my travels. Okay.
Do you think teacher there were many people like him? Or it's just just a rare case?
I don't think so, but there are people like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one, please.
You can't do that these days.
Yeah, on social media, I saw many American people, including women, living in their cars just like him. That was strange, but I
It's a
saw
different
this thing.
case. Yeah. California, especially. Yeah.
Yes, there was a recent movie I remember very popular about a woman Probably it's a woke one who is living in the wagon, right? And yeah, and they say it's like a new ideas, new generation. We don't want property anymore. We don't want taxes. We are free as the wind.
And Ivan, some people here, due to the increase in the rents,
Mhm.
they prefer to live in caravans.
On RV.
Yeah.
But caravans are much like small houses, but a real car,
Yeah.
it's hard, you know?
But just think of the caravan as just a regular house worker. I am talking about myself. I just can manage.
Yes.
Well, you probably noticed my love to Germany, but you know, in Germany there is a rule, there is a law that prevents you to sleep in your own caravan. So you can buy caravan, but you cannot sleep inside
Why,
the
Ivan?
caravan.
Wow.
So people, but if you are outside of the country, like in Poland or in Spain, it's okay, but not in Germany. No.
Wow.
Do you have campgrounds in Germany?
Yeah, we have, and this territory is allowed, but you cannot
Okay.
sleep in your parking or on the road, so it's not possible.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes I cannot believe it.
Can't sleep in your car. You can't in your car, huh?
Yeah, it's not allowed. Yeah, so it will be fined, and there are some strange cases, But you cannot sleep on the street, You can sleep on the street, but cannot in your car. So what?
Nonsensical.
Yeah. And another thing about this nuns that I wanted to discuss with you, there is sometimes, we bring to the new language habits and sounds from our native language, right? That's why we say about true English, for instance. I always forget about articles. I pronounce different sounds because I don't have in my native language, right? And I think I noticed a few things in this speaking of nuns, because they sometimes put the verb at the end of the sentence, which is very common in German, in German language. So, usually in German language, if you have a modal verb, like I can swim, right? So it will be like I can swim in the lake. In German, it will be I can in the lake swim. So the verb will be the last one.
Okay.
And I think I saw some examples. I heard some examples in the movie. It was interesting.
Yeah. Adverbs go for some languages. Yeah.
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 Good. Okay, let's move further. Leila, would you like to take second question?
Okay, as Homer begins to help the nuns build their chapel, what challenges do they face together? Discuss how these challenges affect their relationship and the development of trust and respect among them. At first, everything was different for him because he wanted to drink coffee, whereas where the nuns live, there are some things just are not available. So he thought that he was going to earn some money, and unfortunately, the nuns don't have any money. And what about the food? I mean, he was surprised to hear the ring, to inform him that dinner is ready, right? He was surprised also. So I think Homer started a new way of life. And he thought, I think, he's going to finish the roof repairs and the other stuff, and then he will leave. But of course, he couldn't manage.
Yeah.
And I think he saw the respect between the nuns, and this made him surprised as well. What else?
Let's think about his motivation. So what do you think? At the beginning, what was his motivation to stay there with nuns?
I think what I'm thinking is that he's a lonely man. He wants to earn money. Money is his first motivation, but the atmosphere is so different and the nuns are so nice, so different. Maybe this attracts his attention.
Mhm.
I don't know. And maybe, yeah, teacher Lee wrote, they feed them. Yeah, what else? I don't know. But what I'm thinking is that he was attracted by their, just, I don't know, their sweetness, can I say?
Okay.
Yeah. And
Maybe I am so optimistic.
yeah, and Leila, I'm a little bit in disagreement with you. I think that at the first he was just about to spend a few days, but then I think the motivation was his pride, right? He kind of saw an opportunity, to make a church by his own and to be,
Yeah,
so
you're right. You're right.
yeah, the soul builder, the soul, I don't know,
You know what?
founder of this church.
Maybe he has never achieved anything like that before. Maybe he wanted to prove himself. Maybe, I don't know. But I agree with you now. Yeah, his pride.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? That people, and I like the way how in the movies they kind of what is the word for this? Fundraising, right? When we collect a small money from everyone to build a church. How it's called actually? Fundraising.
Yes, fundraising.
Fundraising. And I know that the many Catholic churches and cathedrals, big cathedrals, and all these things they are built on this kind of citizen money. So nobody, no king paid for this. And it was sometimes because of this. I remember, Gerard, you told me about Sagrada Familia, right? So it's for many years under construction yet because they collect some money, then do some work, then wait when they will have enough money, right? And it's very long process. And with Vova, we visited Köln, so I'm demonstrating this, picture of Köln Cathedral, and they built it for how long?
600, yes.
600 years. So
Wow.
600 years they were collecting money to build this church, and our guy he built the church in what, in 2 weeks.
It wasn't fancy. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting idea, right? If you can build a church on citizen money, in my mind, it means that the church is useful for citizens. They kind of vote with their dollars for this, right? It's interesting idea. Jean, do you pay money for the churches in Spain? No.
We can pay some of the money in our incoming taxes. How do you call that? The taxes that you give to the government every year. Teacher
Yeah.
Lee?
Income tax.
Income
Yeah.
tax. So you can choose to give some money either to NGOs or the Catholic Church.
Yeah. We have the same in Germany here, and it's 6% additionally to your income. It's called church tax. And if you identify yourself with Catholics or Protestants or Christians, so they charge you 6% more on your income, and this money is for the church. Yeah.
See, our government is not allowed to involve itself in religion in any way, so we don't have that.
Well, I'm glad that it's a kind of not mandatory, that I can choose do I want to pay this or not. But if you attend the church, you have to pay, I think. Nesma, what about this, how it's called? Mosque, right? Is a
Yes.
church? Yeah. How they build?
I have a little strange opinion regarding this. I'm not with fundraising for building new mosques, which some people hate me for saying this, but when you have poor people, it's a priority to feed them first. We have lots of mosques, and we pay lots of money to decorate those mosques and stuff, and a little number of prayers. I mean, people who are performing prayers. So I think this is not wise to build more of mosques, and we have more priorities than that. But for the government, no, we are not obliged in any way to collect money for building mosques or so. So it's very optional.
I see. But I think fundraising it's not mandatory, right? So it's a good thing. You can vote with your money, right? So if you need a church, you just pay your money. If you don't need it, you don't pay, and church is not building.
Yeah, yeah. I had to explain myself, saying that I'm not with building more mosques. We have already enough, more than enough, actually. So let's stop here and do something else more important,
I remember my friend in Morocco, he was with you. He was saying that, our government is good at building mosques, but it's not what we want now. Now we want economy, we want industry, we want infrastructure, but not churches anymore.
Mosques are important, but we have enough already. So let's stop here. Blind faith like this is not what Islam is calling for, So people are just ignorant. That's what I believe in. Yeah.
Yeah. And teacher wrote that Catholic Church is richer than some countries, right? So they can build it on themselves.
Yeah, I don't like the Catholic Church. They're all about money and looking. Yeah.
That's the reason that the Protestant church appeared, Martin Luther, from Germany, actually.
Yeah. And it's he was a Protestant, right?
Yeah, he was the first Protestant.
Yeah, it's interesting that in France it was not safe to be a Protestant, so they kind of killed the Protestants, and that's why they flew to Germany. And we have a lot of Protestant churches here and Protestant districts here. And history books say that it's a good thing because they kind of started invest into economy here, start to participate in economy in Germany. Interesting thing.
Wow, I never understand, why people kill each other because of this. And I want to ask a question. Protestant, Catholics, and there are other things. Can we call these fractions?
Denominations.
Denominations. Okay. Thank you, Teacher Lee.
When the Protestants broke off from Catholicism, they formed many factions or denominations. The Methodists, the Mormons,
Schism.
I think, call it schism.
Yes, schism.
I think schism. I can't remember now.
Schism. Last check.
Okay. But and I don't even know the differences between them.
Okay.
In Bible, but there's so many different schisms.
Okay, Teacher Lee.
Well, I learned a few differences. Sometimes they are kind of logical. I like that Protestants, they say, for instance, they say that I don't need a priest to talk with God. So I can talk with God from whenever I am. I like this part. So they're kind of against the churches. Nesma, is it the same in Islam, or Islam is kind of a monolith?
Yes, in Islam, we don't have the concept of a man of God or, a priest that you need to confess in front of somebody or you have somebody to connect you with God. No, it's really direct from you to God, like praying even without talking. That's it. We don't have that.
Yeah, but what I mean, Nesma, it was about branches. Do you have all these branches like Catholics do, like many, different denominations? Or Islam is kind of one big branch?
No, it's one branch, but if you consider Shia to be another branch, we don't consider them to be Muslims at all. That's why it's one branch.
The Shiites and the Sunnis hate each other. They hate each other.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and people are good in hating each other, right? So it's what we do really, really well. Okay, let's move forward. Nesma, could you please answer the third question?
Yeah, sure. Themes of faith and determination. How does the film explore the theme of faith and determination through the character of Mother Maria and the other nuns? For the other nuns, I believe they were just followers. They just stopped thinking I don't know why I have that feeling about them. They don't think at all. They just follow the Mother Maria, and she is, I don't know, this type of faith. I'm not recommending it. Like, God sent this guy, so we are going to use him, and God is going to send some breaks for us without moving, without taking steps. She even you know, had some gatherings with the people of the village, but she never asked them for actual help. They were just audience. So her type of faith is a little strange for me, but yes, I know nuns are like that. I don't like this, to be honest, but I respect them because they are just, very religious, but this is not acceptable from my point of view as a Muslim, to be honest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the question is about faith. I usually mentioned this before, right? To go somewhere on another, continent with a few girlfriends and, to hope that everything will be fine. You
Yes.
have to have a lot of faith.
We
That
in
w-
Islam, we have this concept also, which is when we have, when we get oppressed, we should leave this place. We should just survive in any way.
Mhm.
So yes, when she moved to another country, this is something acceptable for me. But she stopped everything related to life, right? She doesn't. Maybe this is general for all nuns. They don't get married, right? And they don't enjoy life.
Right.
Maybe this is a sin for them to enjoy life. They just pray and just stay at home. This
Mhm.
is, I don't know. I respect that. I have no problem, but still, this is not recommended in our point of view as Muslims. This type of faith.
That's my. I cannot, help but comment what you said. That you said that Muslims should leave the place where they are oppressed, and I immediately thought about Palestine.
Oh, okay. Okay, you've got a point now.
I thought the same, but I didn't want to say anything.
Okay, what else? What else can we do? We have specifics.
To me, the sisters had absolute faith. Yeah. Maria was old and therefore needed some wisdom about life. Without her, I think the sisters were really helpless and lost.
But teacher, I also think that without her, they would not do anything. They would not move from East Germany. So she was a leader, right? Leader who planned and kind of executed this plan.
Exactly. It would have been helpless.
Yeah. Did you
The
enjoy?
other nuns are naive, I think.
Yeah, they don't know much about life because they're
Yeah.
isolated. They're isolated.
Yeah.
Did you like the way to learn language, Leila?
English?
I mean, I laughed a lot. I mean, I just, I burst out laughing. I like it a lot.
That's another reason. Movies. It's got a little English learning in it, so I thought you might get a kick out of that.
Probably it's not that efficient, right? So that's effective to learn this way. So you will spend like 10 years before you can conduct any conversation.
Can you imagine of our just learning language like that?
Yeah.
But without a pick, you do. I sit down. I stand up. You.
Thank
Yeah.
But
you.
I really learned how to pronounce amen because I used to say amen, like Arabic, amen. So he said
Yeah,
amen.
we say amen.
Hey,
Yeah.
women. Amen, hey, women. Do you remember?
Amen.
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 Yeah. But what I think it's possible to learn English this way, but I don't think it's for adults. It's mostly for kids, right?
Well,
So yeah.
if you have no pictures, you're reduced to that, right?
Yeah.
Ear, nose, no, or we call it show and tell. Nose, eye,
Leila, do you know what I do if someone call me by phone and start speak German now?
Okay, dear friend, tell me what. Tell me.
Well, I give my phone to Vova, and Vova conduct all this conversation.
You know, when you were in Turkey, Ivan used to call me, Leila, I need a translator, please.
Yeah. But what do you think? What is your level of German now?
Between and be
But
one.
do you able to kind of conduct conversations with people, with random people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And interesting but he spent a lot of time on this, right? So 6 hours every day in the school for
And
German.
Ivan, think of his age, Now he is ready for learning.
Yeah. I mean,
Ja, no sprechen die Deutsch.
yeah, I always say English, and most of the time they just hang up the phone. They don't want to talk with me anymore.
Not
Hello,
anymore.
hello.
Yeah. Okay, let's move forward. So cultural and racial interactions. And we lost Vasans somehow. Jacques, would you like to answer this?
Which number?
Number 4, cultural and racial interactions.
Cultural and racial interactions. Lilies of the field. Addresses issues of race and cultural differences subtly. Discuss how the interaction between Homer and the nuns provide commentary on racial and cultural harmony. What message do you think the film tries to convey about these topics?
Yeah. Let me rephrase this. So this black guy, he's deliberately black or it's just a coincidence? And these nuns, they're from another culture, right? So is it delivering messages?
Actually, they were in contact with the Nazis, Nazis were very racist.
Yeah.
More against Jews, but also against black people as well.
They fled oppression. Yeah.
How was the name of this black athlete, the American athlete that won several medals? Do you remember this black athlete in the Olympic Games 1936? One famous guy black that won several medals.
Oh, Martin Luther King. Yeah, he was very famous.
No, he was an athlete. Before the Second World War, there was Olympic Games, I think in Germany, in Berlin, maybe. And this was an important black.
The massacre or something else?
No, Olympic Games.
The Munich Games.
The Olympic Games 1936.
I don't know that.
There was an important athlete, a black American athlete that won several medals. So you imagine the Nazis saying it's an inferior race.
Yeah.
Do you remember the moment that Homer told Mother Mary that she was bossy like Hitler? The way her face changed, Hitler.
Yeah, I miss this. I missed this part.
Yeah, she was very offended and serious.
Yeah, but in this movie we can see German nuns, right? We can see Spanish or Mexican citizens in this town, right? We can see this black guy. So it's a big cultural, I don't know what they call for this pot, right? Melting pot, which it's America, right? It's what we think about America.
The melting pot, yeah.
Melting pot. Yeah. You put everything here, right? And you just wait.
I know the name. Jesse Owens.
Oh, okay. I I don't know him very much.
Very famous, very famous. He was very famous. You look up
Okay.
Jesse Owens.
Yeah.
Yes.
The name sounds familiar now that you
Mhm.
mention it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Good. Okay. So cultural and racial interactions. Do we have any comments about this anymore?
I mean, I think racism here is not very mentioned, not mentioned a lot.
This was today's racism. So back then, people didn't care.
Yeah.
In general, people weren't anti-black, or anti-immigrant. Everyone got along back then, but not like today.
Yeah.
I hope today will be like that again.
I hope
Actually,
so.
in this movie, we see a lot of diversity.
Yeah.
Black people, white people, Latinos,
Yeah.
German nuns.
Yeah. And they all work together.
Yeah. And I don't know, is it just me or you can feel this as well? So, when I see a modern movie, right, a woke movie, I feel some kind of tense, right? So it's not just a black guy. It's a deliberately black guy to show us that it must be, black. And when I see this movie, I just don't pay attention because it's just natural, in my opinion. Maybe, it's just impression, but it was different.
No, you're right, my friend.
And did you notice in this movie something very different from other movies? There is no bad person in the movie, no? Usually in a movie, there always someone is bad.
Yeah.
But here,
Yeah, you're right. I have never thought about it.
There
That's what
was
I'm saying.
one, there was one guy, do you remember? He was not bad. He was not an antagonist, but he was kind of different, right? This capitalist guy who hired everyone, right? And who was kind of a little bit aside of everyone, right? He was kind of in a different boat. The businessman, yeah.
well, but
Yeah.
eventually he brought construction materials like
Yeah,
bricks.
yeah.
Yeah. He helped, though. He helped. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, it's a nice segue to the next question. Leila, would you like to answer fifth?
5. Role of community. But then a broader community moment is evident. Yeah, everybody gathered together, right? And they wanted to have the chapel because I think if this work has been done, then they are going to have a place to pray and to listen to the priest, I guess. And what I'm thinking is that almost everybody wants to help Homer, but because of his pride, because he wants to build on his own, he doesn't want help at first. But then he realized that there was this a bit fattish guy, this very just sweetie guy. Is the barman or I don't remember. He persuaded Homer, right? So everybody helped. So what I'm thinking is that the role of community in our lives is really important because it can help us to create some things.
Yeah.
Yes. And the chapel is going to finish
Mhm.
soon because of the, just togetherness, right?
And I think this chapel was not possible without help of community, right? So this guy,
Sure.
he wanted to make it, but it's unlikely to finish alone.
Even think of that you're carrying the bricks one by one.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. It takes time, right? It takes time.
And the weather is, so unbearable. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think these nuns they were helping him as well with these bricks and
I
everything?
haven't seen them around. Have you?
No, it's kind of surprise.
The nuns are doing the same daily chores, I think. Am I
Ah,
right? I don't know.
I just recalled. So they were poor, right? They didn't have any money, and they have to work on the field just to just to have food on the table. So they had what vegetables and some bread.
Some
I
eggs.
don't know.
Yeah, remember their early dinners were very like just bread and you know not much. And he said, "Wow, this is all. We'll have vegetables soon."
Yeah, poor guys, right? Poor nuns. Okay, so we understand this. Let's
I
talk about.
think
Yeah.
let's talk just a moment about the church. Remember, he wanted to build the church himself. He didn't want the Mexicans in one
Yeah.
brick.
Yeah.
Why was that? Why would he not accept help?
Yeah,
He wants to prove himself, teacher Lee, because of his pride.
Pride, okay? To leave a mark on the world that Homer Smith passed by this town.
Yeah, alone on his own, right?
Yeah. So we
It's
say,
interesting, right? It's a kind of interesting idea. I think it was his motivation in general, right? He didn't work for money. He didn't work for anything. He just wanted this fact to be established that I am powerful enough to build a church.
yeah, everyone wants to leave their mark in the world. They want to leave something here that someone will see that and think of you. Church was built by Homer Smith. I remember him. You know, a monument to your. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
And Mother Mary didn't want to give credit for him to be. Mother Mary said, "It's God, the church, the chapel. God built the chapel, not you."
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay, and the next question I think about this part. Vova, could you please read the answer some? Sixth one.
Personal transformation. Reflect on Homer Smith personal journey throughout the film. How does he change from the beginning to the end? Discuss the impact of his experiences with the nuns on his personal views and life decisions. I think in the beginning he wanted only money. He was like a businessman, and he would only work for money.
Yeah.
At the end, he wanted to work, as you said, for his mark to the world. Yes.
What about community? Do you think that he was a kind of a lone ranger in the beginning, right? Nobody, no friends, no family. He's alone. What do you think at the end? It remains the same?
At the end, he had some more fans, or
I think he started to be a part of this community, right? And maybe even important one. I would not be surprised if he will stay in this community for longer. He will not drift. He will not be a drifter anymore.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, I got the impression he was just a drifter again. He went back to his drift.
Yeah, interesting.
They wanted him to stay, but he said, nope. Remember, he with them and he's walking away singing, and he kept walking.
Yeah, strange, right? I would stay.
Walking away.
Yeah.
He left.
Yeah, teacher, you're a little bit interrupting your internet.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why.
Probably that's why I interrupt you when you're talking.
I think there's a song, I'm Drifter.
Yeah, same drifter. I understand. Nesma, would you like to comment?
I had a feeling that Homer Smith was looking for a family. That's why he was sticking to those nuns, and this is why he came back at the end of the movie um, and he knows that he's not going to be paid. Still, he went back to them. So it feels like he wanted a community to to live among them and to be accepted, loved, I don't know, appreciated, maybe.
Mhm.
This is the only way I can understand the message of the movie, because sometimes I thought like maybe he is religious, but he is hiding this because he's helping for no payment. So, but looks like he's not religious. So I feel like he was looking for a family.
Yeah.
But he was a little religious. He was a Baptist. He said that he was a Baptist. I think it's a Protestant Christian
Yeah.
variation. Hmm?
Yeah. Denomination. Something different, probably, right?
I think he was mocking the nun when she said God sent you and God is going to send some bricks and stuff like that. This is why I thought he's atheist at all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very religious, I don't think. To me, he didn't have any faith.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else that we forgot that we would like to discuss about this movie?
The song, Amen.
Gerard, at the end of this class, we will sing, okay? Actually, I was going to ask you something. I have learned some things, of course. Quid pro quo. How do we use it in a sentence?
Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
Rhyme.
So,
It's a noun.
yeah.
So I want quid pro quo. Then
Okay.
quid pro quo.
So is it from Latin?
Yes.
So it has got a positive meaning, a favor, right?
It means which for what or this for that. It means you do something for me.
I
For
will do that
you.
for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quid pro quo. This. Yeah.
I heard
So-
it while watching this movie. So
Was it in the movie? I missed it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll build your church if you do something for me. Pay me. You know.
Yeah.
He couldn't get quid pro quo. Really. All they could give him was dinner.
And what a
You?
dinner.
We'll work for food, right? Homeless people will food.
Yeah. Okay. So the song, anything else?
Another thing, when builders build a house, when they finish the roof, they do a party like in the movie in Spain.
Mhm.
I think in many countries do that. So the house is not completely finished, because you have to build inside the house, no? But at least you have the roof. So it's a moment to have a party.
Party and the
Party.
song. Thank you, Gerard.
And the song.
Okay.
Cute.
Well, but it was a, how we call this? It was a feeling good movie, right, teacher?
Yeah.
A
Positive.
warm one.
Positive movie.
Yeah. So not too much kind of stress and no
Drama.
conflict at all, right? No drama at all, just feel good.
No
Yeah.
bad
No
guys.
kill people.
No guns.
It's about society and personal and religious faith. Some people have it, some people don't. Some people believe. Some people believe in faith. Everyone has to believe in something. Homer Simpson believes other beer.
Yeah.
And good food.
Yeah, pot belly. Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay. So we don't have slides today. My bad. I will check before the next class. But today I totally forgot about the slides.
Nice to be with you. So, I think it's important to be together. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think We did it beautifully, the discussion for this movie. So see you next week. Bye, bye, bye.
See you next week.
Teacher Lee, thank you. Thank you, my
Thank you
friends.
very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
Bye.